Well, I had wonderful opportunities as when I was starting out in the theater. I was very lucky to, in the early and mid-90s, to be assisting some really, really good directors on some amazing productions. I live in New York, so I'm very lucky in that I get to see a lot of stuff. From a show that I saw off Broadway a couple weeks ago that's actually coming to Olney in the fall, the Bedlam Company that are doing marvelous work, to seeing the latest big musicals in New York. I find inspiration in pretty much everything that I get a chance to see, which again, it's just very lucky that we work in this business where we have all that opportunity to see that stuff. When I moved to New York in 1990, I was coming out of undergraduate theater majors, and we all moved to New York around the same time, not having any idea we were going to do theater. And somewhere along the line in those first 2 years, we formed a theater company. And I had never really just thought about being a director as a profession at that point, but it turned out that of the lot of us, I was one of the right people to do it. So I started directing everything we did, and ultimately that led me to getting these assistant directing gigs, and it just worked out. Before directing, I worked in production at an advertising agency. That was my first job out of college. And then I worked at a public relations firm where I was doing a lot more writing. The call of the theater was just too strong, and I decided to try to give it a shot to do it for a living. It's been great and heartbreaking, and it's all the highs and lows that you can hope to get out of a profession that can be so wonderful. The greatest challenges it's an expensive proposition to do theater commercially. Like the characters in this play, when I was young and we had our theater company for the 3 years, and say 92 to 95, there was nothing we couldn't do. There was no play that was too big, too small. We were invincible as theater artists then, and unfortunately in 2013 theater is very expensive to do, and that's a real challenge. So the submission, it's funny, it's sexy, it's touching, it's thought-provoking. It's at the Olney starting May 9th.